news. Today's
On the hour, presented by Indeed.com. I'm Steve Kathan. A Florida jury spares the Parkland school shooter the death penalty, and relatives of some victims are upset.
The jurors let us down. We have a jury system for a reason, and they let us down.
The recommendation for Nicholas Cruz, who shot and killed 17 people in 2018, is life in prison without parole. CBS's Manuel Bojorquez.
This is clearly not the outcome that many of those families in the courtroom wanted. You know, this has been so painful all along for them to relive, to hear the evidence, to hear the gunshots, to hear the screams of children inside the building when the shooting happened.
The judge put off formal sentencing for several weeks. A House committee investigating the Capitol attack is holding a public hearing. It's just about to get underway. CBS's Scott McFarlane is on Capitol Hill.
This hearing will look and sound different. There'll be no live witnesses this time, and all 9 panel members will make part of this closing argument, with just weeks remaining for the committee to wrap up its work.
CBS's Catherine Herridge on the new information emerging from a witness about the top-secret documents at Mar-a-Lago.
Based on our reporting here at CBS News, this witness is cooperating with federal investigators, and the allegation is that they were directed by former President Trump to move records at Mar-a-Lago after they received a subpoena from the National Archives. So the timing really matters here. It goes to this issue of intent and possible obstruction of a federal investigation.
The U.S. and Saudi Arabia traded barbs today over last week's OPEC Plus oil output cuts, Washington accusing Riyadh of knowingly boosting Russian interests. Justice Tammy McCormick has more on NATO's meeting on the war in Ukraine.
Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said if Russia uses a nuclear weapon, there would be severe consequences.
We will not go into exactly how we will respond.
But he said Russia is aware of what those consequences would be.
It will mean that a very important line has been crossed. Even any use of a smaller nuclear weapon will be a very serious thing, and fundamentally changing the nature of the war in Ukraine.
NATO defense ministers have been holding 2 days of talks on how to assist Ukraine.
Well, President Biden says fighting inflation is his top priority again after a government report showed consumer prices rose again last month. Gargi Chowdhury is an investment strategist.
Goods, things that we can touch and feel like a car, and services, things like going on a flight or a haircut. All of those prices are going up. So what that means is that the Fed is likely to continue to raise rates for some time.
Checking Wall Street, the Dow is up 650 points. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.
Okay.